My name is Jo Shooter and I am the head teacher of Include School in West London. Catch22 Education are a group of schools who represent and advocate for the most vulnerable and, in my view, the most entitled and deserving of the school's population. And I think this group of young people is so often forgotten. It's almost like they come after the pupil referral units. So it feels to me when I'm running the school that we're sort of like the last hope for these young people. Alternative provision is a form of education for young people that are outside of mainstream education. It may be that these young people have been excluded from mainstream education. It may be that they're voting with their feet and not attending. It may be because the barriers to learning that they have and the trauma that they've often suffered is so significant that they cannot be included in mainstream education and in the sort of rigid, defined way in which mainstream school works. The way that I always define it is that mainstream education provides square pegs and pushes them into round holes. What we do is we work out exactly the shape of the hole and create a peg that fits it. So it's about meeting need, looking and identifying barriers to educational attainment, looking at the whole child and creating an environment which reflects those things. The kind of pupils that our schools support are varied. Frequently, they're young people who are extremely vulnerable. They're young people who are desperately looking for a safe, secure, and consistent kind of environment that they have not been lucky enough to have outside of school. So we are working with the most vulnerable, the most needy, sometimes the most desperate, but in my mind, the most exceptional young people, because the resilience that they've been able to show to get to the point when they're even coming to us, to get through our doors, is fantastic. And because of that, I think that the resources that they need are significant, but completely worthwhile. What I find rewarding about leading alternative provision is that you are given the opportunity to significantly transform the lives of young people who, without our input, would almost certainly be, in my case, with secondary provision, on a course to go to young offenders, or to, in the worst cases, be harmed in some way. So when you see the impact that we are having on young people, when they're coming into school and they are developing these trusted relationships with the adults that become a significant part of their lives, and you see them develop into trusting, confident, competent young adults, that's amazing.